This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be talking about the things you should avoid doing while visiting Indonesia. If you're new here, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notifications bell to get updates whenever we post. Being a tropical paradise, Indonesia is often objectified as simply a blissful destination to enjoy nature and adventure. But there are cultures, laws, and customs to heed, respect, and comply with. For a safe, insightful, and more delightful trip, pay attention to these important things we're about to tell you should never ever do in Indonesia. There is something that you have from your hometown, and then you cannot bring in Indonesia because Indonesia is a multicultural country with variant culture, ethnics, and rules. In this video, you'll find the information about the things to avoid in Indonesia. Without further ado, let's get started. Never joke about race, religion, and ethnicity. The people of Indonesia come from a diverse range of ethnicities, cultures, and beliefs. A mutual respect, inward and outward, has been very crucial in keeping the nation in peace and harmony. It's never okay to insult a particular race or religion, especially in a setting so diverse with a history so long and complicated. An inappropriate remark, however small, may do more harm than just an offended heart. There's surely other things much more interesting to talk about. Never underestimate how spicy a meal can be. Indonesia is blessed with all kinds of spices, and many parts of the nation have lived with savory and spicy recipes for generations. So when a menu says a meal is going to be spicy, mind you, it's going to burn untrained tongues or have you running for the bathroom the next morning. Think twice before you dare yourself to down a spoonful of Indonesian chili paste or spicy recipes. Do not drink alcohol or play card games in public places. There is an exception in tourist places with a lot of international visitors like Bali, but in most other places in Indonesia, where the law and norm are highly influenced by the principle of Islam, drinking alcohol and playing card games, which is often associated with gambling, are things you should keep to yourself. It's not forbidden or illegal to do both, but be discreet to choose an appropriate time and place. For example, drowning yourself in beer when at a bar is perfectly up to you, but don't bring a bottle with you when strolling down the streets. Do not drink tap water. There's not a particular hygiene issue with Indonesian tap water, and it's totally safe for showering and cooking, but it's just not made for straight consumption. Generally, Indonesians stick to the bottled or gallon water for their daily drinking, or you can also boil the tap water to make it potable. Don't do drugs. This is not a gentle, corny message on posters. This is a real, practical, life-saving tip when traveling to Indonesia. Recreational drugs are not only illegal in Indonesia, they're considered a highly serious and nasty criminal offense. Possession and distribution of drugs are punishable up to the death penalty, and this goes for international tourists as well. Don't forget to say thank you. Politeness and etiquette are important when interacting with Indonesian people. Don't forget to say the magic words like please and thank you, and a genial smile would never hurt. If you have the time or feel up to it, talk to your local driver or tour guide, even if it's just small talk. They'll appreciate the friendly gesture. Don't disrupt the wildlife. Indonesia is a sprawling archipelago, a mighty home for a wide variety of wildlife, from corals to birds. It would be very disgraceful for any tourist to do anything to disrupt the balance in any way. The conditions to respect the wildlife and nature may differ depending on the landscape, but as a general rule, always keep the cleanliness in order wherever you're going, even in the wild. Also, try your best to restrain from animal tourism and keep waste to a minimum. Do not ignore local customs. Many Indonesians still live traditionally, and even among the modern urban generations, many still uphold the customs of the cultures they come from. There is no single rule to respect local customs in Indonesia. It all depends on the locality and society. But here's something we can all do. Whenever you enter a new place or community, take time to first observe how people behave or interact. Do not rely too much on credit cards. If you're planning fun days in Indonesia, getting in and out of stores, boutiques, and restaurants, then this may not be an issue. But if you're in for the adventures, natural charms, cultural excursions, and explorations, always have a proper amount of cash on you. Always keep smaller bills to tip your guides. Pay for parking or purchase small things or souvenirs you may encounter on the way. Do not hitchhike. Hitchhiking is not a thing in Indonesia. It's not impossible to get a ride from strangers, but don't count on it when planning a trip. Also, be cautious about accepting an offer from a stranger. If you can't judge whether someone is offering a ride to help or because they expect something in return, don't get into it. Don't underestimate the power of local phrases. Most of the time, you can get by with just English, perhaps with a little bit of hand gesture at times. Learning a few local phrases are not meant to help you communicate. They're mostly to show respect. Your driver, your guide, or even local friends will like you more for just an awkward terima kasih instead of thank you. And you'll be surprised at how warm and friendly Indonesians can be once they welcome you as one of their own. Do not wear shoes inside a temple or home. In India, it's customary to remove your shoes while entering religious places. Also, if someone invites you into their abode, make sure you take your shoes off prior to entering, unless the host has clearly said that you don't have to. Some Indians do wear slippers inside, but usually those are just for indoor use and never worn outside. This practice extends to some shops as well. So, if you see shoes at the entrance door, it's a good idea to remove yours as well. Do not give or take things with your left hand. The left hand is considered unclean in India, as it's typically used only for performing unsavory functions, such as cleaning yourself after going to the toilet, taking off and putting on your clogs, cleaning your feet, etc. Especially in religious places, receiving prasad or giving alms by the left hand is unacceptable and considered inauspicious. Therefore, all instances involving contact with food, passing or taking objects, or interacting with people must be done with the right hand. For southpaws though, this isn't mandatory. Do not point your finger or touch anything with your feet. Another etiquette rule is to never point your finger. This is considered rude. If you must draw attention to someone or something, do so with your whole hand or thumb. Also, touching people or objects, especially books and educational instruments, with your feet is considered really disrespectful. If it happens inadvertently, Indians preferentially touch that object with their hands and bring it close to their eyes as an apology. Indonesians are friendly and forgivable. If you accidentally do one of these things, social punishment might not be so cruel. However, one should always try to avoid doing these things as much as possible. Those are things to avoid in Indonesia, whether you only stay for a short time or a long time. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.